Original series, Battlestar Galactica jacket. Today we're focusing on sleeves. It's going to be super quick, super easy. We're going to need to do a couple things. We're going to need some cording, we're going to need our pieces. I've managed to digitally import and align everything for the pattern, so now I just need to work on sizing. We'll get there. This jacket's super easy to put together. Let me show you the pieces real quick. Left sleeve, right sleeve. The left sleeve has the weird cording at the cuff. The right sleeve has the, I believe what would have been a pocket in the original drawing of it, but it was just sewn on. So it's a non-functional pocket. I thought about making it an actual pocket, but we'll save that for a later date. And then the shoulder belt. We're going to need to make some cording. You're going to need to put the cording on the flap that goes here on the pocket. It's the only complicated part about it. Everything else is super quick. So let's make some cording. We're going to do the easy sleeve first, which is the left sleeve. Oh, cording. If you want to figure out how to make cording, I recommend my jumpsuit tutorial, or not my jumpsuit, my baseball jersey tutorial. It's the last one we just did. It goes over in depth how to make cording. We don't need to do that for this one. This one's just about the jacket. So, what I'm going to do, this cording is a 1/2 inch seam allowance here, or selvage. It goes right on the end, right side to right side, and then the bottom of the cuff, same spot, and then I'm just going to stitch right along the 1/2 inch and do a zigzag. For now, this sleeve is done. It's easy. So we're going to set this one aside, move on to the next one. The next one's much more complicated. First thing we're going to do is put cording all the way around this flap. We need 9 inches for that. So I'm going to do that right now. What I've done here is I've marked the 1/2 inch for the seam allowance all the way around. 3 corners, or 3 sides. We're going to sew the cording right side to right side. So we flip it in, it's like that. We're going to sew all the way to here. When I get here, I'm going to make a cut in the cording right at that point where that line is. We're going to fold it 90 degrees, do the same thing, stop at the other side, make that same cut, and then fold it the other way. Like I said, this is the most complicated part of the sleeve. It's not very difficult. Let's take our time, go nice. I've got a similar marking for the sleeve itself. I've just gone, this is getting cut out, and then I'm going to cut at these 45s. We sew along this line, and this line. That gets sewn right side to right side. You'll see what I mean. Okay, this is going to be hard to explain, but I've got my 45s cut in, and we're going to put the pocket, or the faux pocket, right there in between the 45s, right? I'm going to sew from here to here, the same stitch I've got to hold the cording on. I'm just going to put right in here. I tend to start in the middle just because I feel it's easier to work from the middle out, but it's all preference. Go from the middle, it's easier. probably should have done this before, but we're going to cut our corners. Just because it'll make folding everything easier in a second. Definitely do this before you sew everything together. All right. So, now for the other fun one. For this one, we are going to fold everything in. So we sew along this line. So all I'm doing is folding this flat and then folding the sleeve in. It's easier than trying to fold the cording. So just sew along this line on both sides. That's where we are right now. I've got everything pinned to the inside. I've zigzagged the whole thing, by the way. But I have everything pinned to the inside, which makes this stand proud of the sleeve a bit, which will add to the it's a pocket illusion. So I'm going to cut these nice and even. We're going to do the same thing with the cording. And put the cording down, right side to right side, just like we did with the first sleeve. And then the top on, and we're just going to stitch the whole length. And there we have it, 2 sleeves. Left sleeve, right sleeve. Looks really good. I'm very happy with it. I am probably going to heat seam the edges down. We'll get to that in a different video. That'll probably be right before we put the lining in. So we got time. It wasn't difficult at all. In the end, it's going to look fantastic. I know the cuffs aren't done yet. Those get attached when we attach everything else. Just because they've got cording all the way around. And it's way easier to attach them when we attach the lining. Do that all in one piece. Next week we're going to do the front. It's got a lot going on, but not really. It looks like it has a lot going on. I guess that's kind of the point, isn't it? So, that's where we are. We'll make some sleeves.